Welcome back to the Yo Hear Me Out podcast, and we are your hosts. I'm Avery here with my co-host Leland, and this is episode number 29 of the podcast. What's up, Leland? How's it looking?
What's going on, cuz, man? Hey, we good over here, bro. Just grinding, man. Another day,
Ryan?
another week.
Same here.
Last week had a little skip. We just had everybody just had a whole bunch of stuff going on, man. Trying to get the house,
Mm-hmm.
the project I've been working on for the last couple months. We had the finish
Okay.
line to get on the market.
Nice.
Got
Nice.
my other rental property. I put that on the market too. It's on the contract. So
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? We just
Nice.
trying to get it, bro. What
Look,
about
man,
you,
new year for me too. Being in grad school is just kind of sometimes the semesters can bleed into one another, especially since I finished classes a while back ago. I finished taking classes, and maybe the last year and a half I haven't had to teach. So when a new semester started, it didn't really matter at all to me or when it ended. However, this semester I'm teaching 2 classes, man. So tomorrow's the first day, so I'll be back in the classroom setting, just teaching the Gen Chem class and stuff like that. So it should be exciting, man.
That's what's up.
So,
Professor.
Yeah. Well, assistant, yeah, professor one day. I'm the teaching assistant.
Yeah, it's a professor.
Hey, y'all had teaching assistants in y'all classes too. I know in my undergrad school we didn't because it's too small.
Yeah, we had labs and stuff like that. Like, and understand, they were younger, so you kind of treated them like, but they were still like a professor. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, just like a cool professor, pretty much.
Got you.
But you know how we do, man. Let's get into it, man. We got a good show for you guys. You know how we always do it. We get into our would you rather's. The lovely Ashley, my wife. Come on, what you got for us? So the first question we got is, would you rather have
the power to double your current income?
I'm like, wait, this thing seems long.
I was in here saying the whole question on mute.
Okay.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, Leland was struggling trying to read. I'm like, yo, what's good, bro?
Would you rather?
No, this was so weird, right? Hold on. Chill.
Leland was like, would you?
I'm trying to read it, but I can actually hear Ashley behind me reading it. So you know how somebody like reading something when you trying to read it is weird.
Okay. You'll see on the replay. It didn't look good, bro. On the replay, it didn't look good. I'll tell you that.
It's not gonna go in.
Would you have the power to?
I did not have power to nothing.
Go ahead.
All right. Would you rather have the power to double your current income but have to work an extra 10 hours per week, or keep your current income with half the workload?
It's a good one, man. Listen,
this one kind of goes back to that one would you rather where we talked about like do what you like and get, you know what I'm saying? Like, work more hours for stuff you like to do. It kind of really depends, man. Like,
but you know what it was? That last one though, we didn't get an option to. It was more so. Do you want to keep like work a lot at a job? What was it? Work a lot.
Right. Yeah. It was like you work like 80 hours with a job you love, or like 20 hours.
20 hours a job you hate. So this one gives you an option, and the pay was the same there. This one gives you an option to double the pay for 10 extra hours.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, really, what it comes down to. Is how much you hate your job, bro. And
that was a lot, though. This is kind of a good one. Both of these gonna sound lit, bro. Honestly, both of these gonna sound lit. It's one of the good.
It's kind of good. I mean, bro, keep your income, and it really depends on what your income is at the time. Like,
that's true.
If you made 100,000, you cool, you chilling, but you just kind of just want to work a little less.
I don't even know an amount for like how much would you need to have for to be like I don't need the double no more. Like you got 100,000 ain't quite. I don't need the double. I don't know how that's. You know what I'm saying? Like double. I'm straight.
Maybe about 150.
I feel like that's what I'm saying. Because this is what they say. They say like we talked about a lottery a couple of weeks ago. They be like, oh, how much gonna really change your life? I feel like 150 versus 300. You probably can live differently a little bit though. For real.
No, you living different, bro.
You live a little different. That's a bigger difference. You know what I'm saying? 150 million versus 300 million. You might be living the same, but 150,000 to 300,000.
So what you saying is it's an easy
well. And right now, I just mentioned as a grass. Actually, even as a grass.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this because it doesn't really specify in the question.
Okay.
When you say workload, are you saying hours, or are you just saying like actual? Like you still got to be there the same hours, and you just kind of got a lighter shift.
Nah, that wouldn't. That sucks a little bit. Having to just now you're just watching shows and chilling at the desk. I mean, I've done it. It don't suck as bad as working. Don't get me right. It's better than working, sitting at your desk watching something, but it ain't better than sitting at your house watching something.
All right.
Yeah.
So all right. So what we got, bro? Like what we talking? It's just a smooth.
Interesting. No. So
what's in the comment?
I see the chat too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cut in half easy.
Yeah, El Grieve said cut in half easily, and then they said, how long could you last working 50 hours a week before you feel burnout, especially if you don't like your job? 10 hours more in a grand scheme, though, ain't crazy, though. It ain't like we go.
It's not.
Like the question before.
It's not crazy, and this is the thing. People always be like, what's the first thing people say? I don't get paid enough for that. For 10 extra hours and you double your income, you might get paid enough for that. You see what I'm saying? Like that the double your income might ease your your burdens a little bit, if that makes sense. Especially if you already starting out at a solid salary, like you said. If you at 100,
I'm at a low right now. I'm thinking, bro, double. I was telling you before about this new roommate situation. I'm out of here, double. So what you talking about, son? I'm out of here, double. You know,
10 more hours is going. That's going. What's that? 10 more hours is what? 2 more hours a day?
Yeah, 2 a day. If you say it that way.
You get off at 5, you get off at 7. You know what I'm saying?
8 to 7 now. But double. Think about that.
Double the money double the money is. I mean, listen, this is what I'm saying, bro. When I used to work in corporate, man, I can't stand my job, bro. And it was so taxing, man. And this was so crazy about it, right? I probably ended up working about 10 more hours a week on maybe 8 hours more a week on normal anyway, just because the way the job worked. And if it was like I got double, I honestly don't know if it still would have been worth it, man. That's what's so crazy about it. Like, it really depends on what your job is, because
Sure.
10 more hours, which would probably end up being about 15 or 20 more hours.
No, let's say it's 10. Let's say it's 10. For you, I guess, if that your case is 10 on top of what you did. On 10 on top
that's what I'm saying. Like 10 on top of what I did. I was already probably working about 50 hours a week. You're talking about 60 hours a week. And it's like, oh, but we're gonna give you double. I still probably be burnt out. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't really matter. The money just wasn't the thing. It was just like, dog, like I'm not enjoying this. So I imagine there is a point or a situation, a few of them where you just hate your job so much that.
But you know what it could be too? It could be like that. You probably heard this before. There was a study some years ago done, like a sociology or psychology study, where like the amount of money you need to be happy, your happiness, it was like increasing up to that amount. And then they didn't really find a direct correlation between a person's income and their earnings versus their happiness. I think it was like 70 or 80,000 for an individual. Right. Above that amount, it was like not a strong correlation between if you earn more, you'll be happier. But here's one thing I think interesting about that in general is that definitely below that amount, it is a correlation, bro. Like I say, you making 20,000 out here, son. And you go up to 40, it's oh snap, you get some stress, the weight is off you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Oh snap. Then you go up to 60, it's a bigger thing. But with 80,000, like an individual, you could probably afford vacation, you can afford travel, you know what I'm saying? You can afford to buy things you want and like and stuff like that. And so I think when you're asking about that question, if you're above maybe that certain amount, you might say half the workload. Funny enough, Carletta's saying she didn't have to workload and she actually needs the money. I guess it's that time, you know what I'm saying? Half the workload is smooth though, bro. Like half the workload is, I ain't gonna hold you. That's smooth, bro.
That's what I'm saying. If you work at half, I mean, bro, 40 hours a week
to 20,
that's smooth.
That's
smooth.
And
if you making the same pay, like, bro, that's really what the world needs. Honestly, I feel like if they could figure out a way to cut everybody, like, instead of a 40-hour work week, everybody's working 20 hours, like, that's what life would be about. Like, I feel like we work too much for no reason. Like,
so I'm gonna say for me though, right now, just because I'm not making that much as a graduate research assistant, I'm gonna go the extra 10 hours and double the income.
Go ahead.
But after I start working, and say I'm making a good amount, I'm above maybe that 70, 80K range. And it's like, you know what, let me just get half. You know, I can see myself saying that. But right now, since I'm lower,
what is the amount? Do you know? Like, I mean, I think I talked to you in the past about it, and I always like to ask people, like, what do you feel like is the amount that you like your salary? Like, what do you think you need? Like, what is like not like just what is your ideal? You know what I'm saying? Your dream amount. It can be realistic or not so much, but like
it's changing, man. It's because I feel like it also different stages of your life too is different. You know what I'm saying? So right now, for me, after graduating, just because I've talked to some people and they've been able to hit six figures coming out with the PhD in chemistry. That's what I'm going for. So I know people have been able to hit that amount, and it's like, all right, that's kind of what I'm shooting for the first job. But I've seen some people. I know some people that came out, and it's where to me it was getting a little criminal, saying like, shoot, like 70, 65, you know what I'm saying? With the PhD in chemistry, it's like, dang, bro, that's not crazy. Okay, the 65 person, it might have been 68. They were doing a postdoc position. So for those, you're going to get paid less. It's similar to like a physician with residency. You get paid less for the postdoc because it's like another training.
Yeah, it's not
but even still, I'm like, bro, you went through all that. You could have probably hit that with just the bachelor's, especially you talk about you add another 5-6 years of education on top of that. You could have definitely been above that amount. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking for now. But I think when getting married, having kids and stuff like that, that number's got to now be a little bit higher. You know what I mean?
So that's what we talking. Just tell me the number.
Well, for right now, I feel like if I came out even flat at 100,
let's just say like this might be easier. I think it's an easier way to do it and reverse it. Like, how much money per month do you feel like you need, or maybe if it's just like one would need to like live absolutely comfortable?
Okay, absolutely comfortable. I would say if I was able to have $2,000 a month after all the bills are paid. If I had $2,000,
woo, you about to have me out. About to go. Yeah, $2,000 a month. I'm like, yo, what?
No. If I had all my bills paid and I still had $2,000 extra,
yo, boy, you about to have me. Yo, that's crazy, son.
No. I'm getting, praise God, getting a little more than that now. $2,000 a month, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. All right, so okay. So you said two.
If I had $2,000 extra at the end of every month after rent/mortgage, car insurance, electric bill, phone bill, cable bill, Wi-Fi bill.
So you talking about what?
I don't know how much, because you know it's a tough situation. They always say as you make more, your expenses go up. Like I told y'all before how much I'm paying for rent, so I'm not gonna be paying this when I'm
that's next. What I'm saying. You said so. You got to factor in your mortgage, blah blah blah. It don't matter. I'm just curious, man.
What you think about that value though? If I had $2,000, I feel like that's like more than enough. Have everything paid now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah. What you think? Leave it for yourself then. What that number for you? You also at a little different stage too.
Yeah. I feel like
that would be great.
I was talking to Dale, you know, my homeboy, best friend, and we were talking about yesterday. I was like, bro, like at the end of the day, like about 10K a month.
Oh, that's probably even more than me then, because I bet the bills ain't probably getting 8,000.
Yeah, 10K a month is like, dog. I feel like most everybody that I know can live absolutely comfortable about 10K a month.
True. You talking about after tax or before tax, or you know?
Like after taxes, you see 10K every month.
I mean, especially in the South, yeah, bro. That's a lot, man. You could do something sweet. Matter of fact, bro, let me tell you, man. I've started applying to jobs too, man. I started applying to some jobs, and I was getting ahead of myself. One day, I was on Zillow. Like I've always seen those memes. This is my first time actually doing that job. I was on Zillow looking at stuff, bro. I was looking at different places. They had this one job out in it's like an hour south of Myrtle Beach. It was in Georgetown, South Carolina. And I was looking at a house where they had something smooth, bro. It was a quadplex, but it looked like brand new, a huge driveway in the front. It was like 900,000. I was like, dang, this like steep. But I know, Leland, you're the real estate guru, man. So I feel like with something like that, I was like, I can't really afford that house. But if I could say I'm gonna live in one and rent out the other 3, and I think the mortgage payments was like maybe $5,500 a month. That's what it said the estimated mortgage would be. And I was like, hey, even that's steep too. But if I could, use it as a
that's not that crazy. I mean, 55.
Every unit was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Each unit was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah, so you probably charging at least what, $2,000 a piece?
True.
So $2,000 a piece. Then your mortgage is basically paid for.
Covered. Yeah.
That's light work.
Yeah, man. But like I said, I was getting ahead of myself. I was looking at all these places. Then it's crazy. I showed y'all on the podcast and Mike, don't laugh too hard, man. But yeah, I got about 5 no's back, son. It was like, yeah, that's it. No, nothing yet. It's early. I think I applied to about 20 jobs. I got about 5 no's so far. I'm still very optimistic though, man. And also, I probably only spent maybe like 2 hours, 2.5 hours applying. It wasn't like the applications were crazy. And even I don't know if last time you've been on LinkedIn, they got this little thing called Easy Apply, where some of the applications be like 1 minute, quite literally, like upload your resume. Do you need a visa? And is this information true? And it's like that.
We'll get back to you
for that job application. Yeah, pretty much. Legit. So yeah,
that's legit, bro.
Yeah, 10K.
But yeah, man.
So what's your answer for this, man?
Yeah, what's your answer for this? Like I probably have to say, just off the strength, man, let me double my income, because my mind's always gonna be like, yo, like how can I get out of working? I would basically just do that for like a year or two, grind basically like working a year, 2 years is like working 4 years.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would look at it. I'm like, listen, let me just get in it. I'll do the extra 10 hours for like a year or two, stack my bread, and then I'll leave. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. That's good. That almost reminds me. You said one video where that dude was like, bro, I had to split my days up into like 3 days. I split my 1 day into 3 days. So basically, or 2 days, like about 12-hour days or 8-hour days or something, he said. And he was like, so by the time 1 week happens, that means I've worked this much more than you. After 1 month, oh man, I'm so far ahead. A year of doing that, it's like I'm out. I mean, it sounded kind of good, but it's like, hold on, what are you talking about? So how you gonna?
Like, yeah.
I spent my days.
I think I heard that like 8 hour.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, you could compound that. I'm just so far ahead. I'm like, bro, you still like, it's just still a day. Why are you making it sound like you're doing triple work?
Working more.
You know,
you're just working more in a day. Like that's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's the win, man. Like, just try to get a double up. If you enjoy your job and you get enough money and you think you want to stay in that career, like working half of the time, not bad either though.
It's not like I said, especially once you're over a certain amount. If you're over a certain amount, like just for me right now, because I'm at grad student salary, it ain't great, man. So right now, I probably need to take that double, but maybe 2 years from now, I might be like, you know what, let me get the half, son.
Give me the half. I'm solid.
Yeah, I'm solid. Yeah,
that's what's up. Cool.
I think 1X Ryan might agree with you too, man. 1X Ryan, they let us know, man. I think they might agree with you. They said W when you started talking, so I think they agree.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What we got next, babe?
All right. So the next thing is, would you rather buy 10 things you don't need every time you go shopping, or always forget the one thing that you need when you go to the store?
10 things you don't need. That's a lot of things, my boy.
Right.
It's a lot of
stuff.
There's
multiple different ways to attack this, right? It says buy 10 things you don't need every time you go shopping. So that means you overspending.
Every single time.
Every single time, bro. But it says you don't mean you won't like them and you won't, you know what I'm saying?
No, you can use them for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're not useful. It's just that you don't necessarily need them and you're overspending. Or you always forget that one thing you actually need when you go to the store. That's just tough, bro. That's like almost a different ball game altogether. Like one is just like slightly inconvenienced. The other one is like, dog, like you can't ever get right.
Speaking for money for me, bro, it's not slightly inconvenienced about 10 things I don't need. That's gonna be a big convenience on me right now, son. Big matter of fact, yo, let me tell you, just today I went to the grocery store too, because I was returning some stuff. Also, you guys should check out
returning stuff in the grocery store.
No, Walmart. I shop at Walmart.
I'm about to say, hey man, I bought this box of cereal. I realized I don't need it. Take this back.
Hey man, listen, I didn't do that, but we had a good episode, maybe 15 episodes ago, talking about can you return stuff from the store that you broke or something. So I returned some stuff, man, some gently used things to the store. And while I was there too, I was like, I do want to get some new bed sheets and stuff like that. Bought some bed sheets, and then I saw like maybe the nicest pillow I ever felt before, bro. It was crazy, bro. But then the price, it was like $50. I was like, golly, 50. But bro, it felt, yes, one single pillow was in this box joint. It said automatic cool. And when you touched it, it was like, oh snap, this shit cold. Like it felt cold when you touched that joint. It was like, oh snap, this shit might be kind of clean. It was like memory foam. I was like, and so I got that pillow. Well, no, I didn't get that pillow. I was like,
I was like, that 50, that 50 is
no,
too
let me
much.
say what I did. I didn't get that pillow. I was like,
though.
all right. I bought a less expensive one, still kind of nice. I was like, all right, let me buy like a $16 one. It's kind of nice. And I was walking down the aisle some more. Then I was like, man, like when I was walking to the grocery out to the register, I just put the pillow on the side. I was like, I really don't even need a new. I do need the new sheets, but then I was thinking like, even why am I getting this pillow if I'm thinking like my current pillow is kind of fine? What am I doing out here? Just because it was so close to
money,
sheets.
bro. That's what I'm saying.
But I put it back though. That's the point. I put it back. So buying 10 things you don't need. That's not crazy, bro.
Every time.
And also, this was the second time going to the store because I went to the store also yesterday and I forgot the sheets. So I have both in a very close proximity. My main thing I needed was to get new bed sheets, and then I forgot yesterday and I got them today. So I don't even know, man.
The key here is that it's the one thing you need. What are the things that we talking about? Like you said, you forgot the sheets. The sheets are probably not something you need.
That's true. So here's the thing. What do you actually need technically? Like, unless you know what I'm saying? Technically, like if you're trying to make a dish, I could probably work without one of the. I mean, it might not be great without the one ingredient, or maybe I could just do something else.
I'm thinking about like, bro, you need some tissue in the house, bro.
Okay, you need tissue,
and you forget it every time.
Paper towels. Paper towels and rip them up small, son. Listen, we all been there, right? Surely, you know. Why you shake your head? You ain't never forgot, son. Don't you have to use you must use your hand,
rip them up small, son. This week.
Yeah, bro, the toilet clogged. See, I've been there before, son. The toilet clogged. Okay, not that small, bro. No. Okay, Carlotta's agreeing. She says yes, Safety. Yes.
Yes,
I can get flagrant with it. I can get flagrant with something I did, but I ain't gonna.
Avery out here. You got a
no, rip them in half, not small.
Avery said, "Just hop in the shower."
No, heck, no, never that. But I have used something. If you laughing, I will share. I don't even know why I'm sharing this, Jason. I have used something before where
a napkin.
No, I mean napkin. That's a blessing too. What you talking about? So yeah, I used a napkin before. That's a blessing. What you mean? I didn't use a napkin before. No, I used something that wasn't like this ain't meant for this, and then I just do it away after, man. Desperate times, you know.
Bro, you have to say what you're talking about.
No. Just use your imagination, not too much. I use something that ain't really meant to be like, you know, in that place. And I just threw it away. I said, "No, I'm not about to try to wash it. This
what was that? A t-shirt, a hoodie, something like you got it.
Whatever. I don't remember the exact specifics right now.
You don't remember? I don't remember this specifics, but
you know, it could have been like a.
No, this is crazy.
You said gross. I don't want to gross out the people, man. I don't want to.
Bruh, babe, get in here, man, because she's dying behind me. You got to talk.
I don't want to gross out the people, man. But listen, what I'm trying to say is, if you forget the tissue, there are items and objects around your house: napkins, paper towels, Chipotle napkins,
toothbrush, toothpaste,
your finger, mouthwash. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you can forget a toothbrush too one time. And
you're going too far.
That's what I'm saying.
You're going way too far.
All right, let me stop, man. Matter of fact, you know what's crazy? Oh my goodness, yo. I think I was looking at the live, like low key, 2 people hopped off. So I think Lena and Joe Foster.
No. We got to go back. Hold him to it, babe. Hold him to it. What he talking about, son? I don't remember the specifics.
Listen, man.
Nah, he remembers.
I'm just saying you can use something else, bro. You can use something
else. What is something else, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You brought it up.
Okay, this is what I think I did. I think I used a washcloth before, and I just threw the washcloth away. So that's what I'm saying.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy at all, son.
I'm about to say I was about to be like, oh, you can wash it. Heck, nah, son. Yo, this washcloth is done, son. Take out the trash right away too, son. It's done, son. It's just crazy. And then you gotta really get to the store, like, yo, I can't forget the tissue this time, son.
And then you do, son. And then you do. That's the whole point.
If I'm only forgetting one thing, though, usually I need more than one thing at the store too. So if I just had to always get one thing, forget one thing, and cycle it, that wouldn't be terrible, man. I just ain't got the money right now to buy 10 things I don't need. Honestly, I don't got the money right now to buy 10 things I don't need every time.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I honestly think I would rather buy the 10 things I don't need every time, just because, like, I can at least complete my shopping. It don't mean I have to buy 10 expensive things. Like you said, it doesn't mean that I gotta buy 10 useless things. It's just 10 things that I probably don't need, but I can complete my shopping list, bro. I don't have to go back to the store. That joint is wild to me, son.
I'm thinking, bro, your car, because I've even had Walmart returns and stuff returns in my car for a while. Your car, I think it just be crazy. Every time, 10 things a lot. Like I said, that means I would have bought this pillow today. Sure, I could have brought more toothpaste. I mean, my toothpaste ain't low. I could have brought more toothpaste, deodorant, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you just open up your counter. And I think I had this recently. I've been using since I got my Invisalign, these little floss sticks. Bro, I probably got and I told myself, don't buy no more. I probably got 9 different packets of them joints. Like, I looked in there one day, it's like, I feel like, same thing. I go to the store, like, oh, I could use some of these more. And then when I was consolidating everything, I looked around.
What are you talking about? Is it 9 packs?
That's what I'm total. Yes, the pack, but all of them was kind of open too. That's what I'm saying, bro. Because sometimes I put some in my bag. I got some in my car, all this stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Where I go to the store and when I'm walking down the aisle, it's like, oh yeah, sure, let me get some more of these. You know what I'm saying? So you would just have mad of that stuff though. You'd have mad duplicates. You have mad soap at your house. Mad, you know what I'm saying? Mad stuff all over. You open up the thing and man, I got 5 soaps, and it take a month to use the soap.
But I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
true. All right, that's fair. That's fair.
That's my pick, man. That's my pick, bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. These not that too bad. Neither one of these are too bad. But I just want to complete my list, bro. Like that's a huge pet peeve of mine. When you go to the store and you're like, bro, we forgot. Like I think one time we needed some foil. Some aluminum foil in the house, and we forgot it for a month. Like every time we went to the store, we did we get foil? Dang, you know.
This is my point though, that you can still I really need foil, but I can survive without it. Same way with that tissue. So hey, I really need to get tissue. Paper towel, I got little options. You know what I'm saying? I got wet wipes. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Yeah. Okay.
I ain't rocking with you.
Well, y'all let us know, man.
Let us know in the comments, man.
Let us know in the comments, man. Let us know in the comments. So right now, it's a little slower for the sports world. There's MLB going on. I guess soccer's going on, but also there is some international basketball going on. You know, as we talking hoops on the podcast here. So the USA basketball is going on, specifically FIBA. The World Championship games are going on right now. And we have, as I'm pulling it up, Team USA's roster. I was talking to Leland about this a little bit here, and I wanted to get your thoughts, man. We talked about it a little bit. On the roster for the team, we have, as I pull it up, here's a roster. Paolo Banchero, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, and Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson, Cam Johnson, Walker Kessler, Bobby Portis, and Austin Reeves. And so USA has played 5 exhibition games. We won all 5 of them, beat Puerto Rico, Slovenia, Spain, Greece, and Germany. And so, Leland, what do you think about the roster? I know you were seeing some things with Ant Edwards, bro. Talk to us about the FIBA games.
I ain't watched them. I've been catching up with just the highlights. I think the team is solid though, man. I mean, the NBA's got a lot of young talent, and I know you be like, man, who ain't nobody on the roster? But I'm like, bro, there's some legitimate all-star caliber players on here. Like it. I mean, Brandon Ingram, all-star, probably gonna be at least 8-time all-star by the time his career.
No, bro, he's not gonna be. That's what I'm saying. Look at this. So keep going. All right.
Not 8-time, maybe 6, 5.
Bro, I think he's made it once in his career. That's what I'm saying. He's made it once so far.
He's still young. Banchero, you know he's gonna be an all-star eventually. He's a rookie of the year last year. Huh?
Yeah. He's a one-time all-star. Jaren Jackson, one-time. I think Halliburton too. These guys one-timers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mikal Bridges, he got pretty much his own squad right now. Jalen Brunson, an all-star caliber.
Yeah.
And Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, all-star caliber. Like they're not scrubs. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're not scrubs, man. But
and I think really I feel like they good just simply because they don't have like that ego on it. Like none of anybody on the roster is like.
You can't with this roster have too much of ego, so you gotta be humble.
Ant though, he hooping, man.
For sure.
The talks is like with what he's doing right now is like, can he become the face of the league? Like, can he be?
Now, this is what I say. I think he possibly, because I think also, let me look up Ant Edwards' actual age. I feel like Ant is like
22 or something like that. 23.
He might be younger than that. I think he's younger than that.
Mad young, bro.
Yeah. So he's 22. He's 22. Yeah, but he just turned 22 earlier this month. So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, no, Edwards is nice with it for sure. I guess to me, I'm just used to seeing some more established guys. I looked up last year in preparation for this conversation, or last time we had a FIBA back in 2019. USA finished in 7th place, my boy. And the thing is, we had like some good young players, but like you want some heavy hitters to me. You want a KD, a Booker.
What I'm saying is, to me, if I look at that other roster and I look at this roster, bro, this roster seemed better to me. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, all right, legit. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, obviously legit. Aside from that, bro, Chris Middleton.
Yeah, but I feel like the same way, bro. Like I said, I don't know, man. I don't know if we're gonna win it. I don't know what the international scheme is looking like. I know Giannis ain't playing for Greece. Thank God. I'm not sure if Jokic is playing for his team or not. I know Luka's playing though, and Luka gonna cause some problems for Slovenia. So Luka's playing. We'll see, man. I get why the older guys don't play. You know, you've made so much money. Like, you've already played these things. You've already won.
Yeah, you got to.
You know what I'm saying?
Rest your body.
Yeah, you want to rest your body, and also maybe you don't want to spend just weeks away from your family either. Like, bro, I got better things to do with my summer than
summertime. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Summertime, I got mad millions of dollars. Like, I'm straight on this joint, son. And so, I don't know, man. That's where I'm at here. Here's the roster, man. Even a coach. I mean, okay, we got Spo and Kerr. Now we in good hands coaching wise.
Spo, Kerr, and Ty Lue. Come on, son. Stop.
Never mind. We in good hands. We in good hands with the coaching staff, man. But to me, here's the most interesting to me. Just a few of these guys is like not even starters, bro. And I like Reeves a lot. Reeves. He started. Go ahead.
Like who not a starter? It's only like I don't
Walker know. Walker Kessler, Bobby Porter saying starters. I don't know if Cam even started like that. Is Josh Hart starting? That's what we know these guys. Let me see if Josh Hart started. I don't know.
Josh Hart.
He's solid, bro. He's a solid. You just want to see a little more.
I mean, you trying to see the dream team, bro? Like, I don't think that's the one.
Now, I'm just trying to see not even necessarily the dream team. I just want to see
what player is not on this roster that you feel like should be.
To me, I'm just trying to think about our best players we got, right? Like I said, Steph Booker is probably the best American player right now. But I can see why Steph don't want to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Steph. I'm just trying to think who's in the top 10, man. Or maybe if I look up the all,
it got to be like Booker, Tatum,
AD, Tatum. You know what I'm saying? These to me are we don't got none of the top guys. I know I listened to Gilbert Arenas podcast. He called this like a D level roster or something like that. He was like, "Yo, if you can look at the best roster." Okay, I don't know about D, but it's kind of like C-ish in the sense of if you look at our best squad and then you assemble like the next best, and then probably you get to this one next. You know what I'm saying? Like if you remove
this one might actually be a step. I mean, like there is a few rosters you can make better than this. I'm not gonna like a few, like really like a few.
Ant to me is probably the one. Ant probably could make even like the maybe the major one, the main one.
He could make. I mean, and Ingram too, man, and Jaren Jackson. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, he was Defensive Player of the Year. Like, as a big man, like you really can't ask for much more than Jaren Jackson Jr. Jalen Brunson, a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, he's good.
Like, I mean, they got hoopers on the squad. It's not the best hoopers in the NBA, but they got hoopers on it for sure.
Yeah, I know one thing too. I don't know what Canada's ranking. I'm trying to see what they got, but the Canada roster I know got a few people in there that trying to
I don't know. It seems like everybody trying to hoop. What was the Bahamas team? Buddy Hield, Eric Gordon, and I forgot what big they got.
Yeah,
but they said they was hooping too, man. I seen some of the highlights.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here. They got like Canada got Shea Gildress, RJ Barrett, Olynyk, Dylan Brooks. What? Dylan Brooks for real? Lou Dort. They got some people got out here, man. They got some folk out here.
That's what I'm saying. That sounds like
okay. No, that's me. That's ours is better than that. But I'm just trying to think, bro. Because to me, even I know like the Olympics last year, was it 2 years ago or whatever? KD kind of just came in and stepped up and saved the day, pretty much. You know, so I'm wondering, do we got somebody that can just down the stretch just take over when things get tough, because we see the international play is getting dicier. You know what I mean? It's getting dicey.
What I'm saying is this, bro. Mm-hmm. I think because there is not a big name on here, it actually is better for the league and the future of basketball, because like Anthony Edwards right now is stepping up as a superstar in the summertime. Like this is going to give him crazy confidence. It's going to create his brand, his confidence, his skill set. Like this. All right. What I'm saying is like every superstar has to start somewhere. Like they have to make their brand somewhere, and they usually start around this time, this age group, right? You know what I'm saying? Tyrese Halliburton, Reeves, Brunson, like even Paolo Banchero, who I like his game. Like they're like, you have to like, even that's what I'm saying. When Melo and LeBron and Wade came in the league, like they immediately inserted themselves as top players in the world. Like, and that's giving these kids the opportunity to do that. And Ant is looking like he's doing that right now. Like, bro, the dude can.
I can see that, but I'm just more so thinking, to me, yes, for the individuals that's all playing, I think we probably should see these guys all improve next season. Absolutely. I'm more so thinking, as you know, an American, I would like us just to win this joint. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, for them individually, can Ant be much better than if he didn't play? Yes,
but he could. But that's what I'm saying. They could still win it and make for a better story. When KD and Steph was out there, like, bro, like it's almost like a cakewalk. Like, bro, we supposed to win. You know what I'm saying? Sure. But if this roster wins, it's going to create more notoriety. It's going to have a better story. It's going to be more intriguing because, like, yo, like right now they undefeated, right?
Yeah, they won undefeated in expeditions. Yep.
Yeah, so they undefeated. It's like, oh shoot, we thought this was a whack roster. Now players are stepping up. I mean, like even like I said, the Kobe's, LeBrons, the Jordans, like they had to appear at some point in time, bro. And it's like, even was like D Wade, right? Like D Wade was mad young when he won. I mean, bro, what year 3?
Or 4, 3 or 4, yeah, something like that. Yeah, because you won
06, right? He got drafted in 03.
I thought it was the 07 championship. Got drafted 03, 107. So I mean, 3rd or 4th year, yeah.
That's crazy. Like, and he literally put the world on notice. And from that point on, he was a superstar. And so I'm like, why Ant Edwards can't do that? Why Banchero can't do that? Why Ingram can't do that? Like, I like it. I prefer it like this. I think for me, it's just a little bit more intriguing to see the talent, the young boys, like actually step up and take that role, you know, like with the country on their back. So I like it, man. I like the fact that the roster is not star-studded and crazy. Okay. I think it's good for the sport.
I can get down with that, man. Y'all let us know also what you think about Team USA. I'm going to catch a few of these games. I see these games on ESPN2 actually coming up. We got our first game, the first round against New Zealand, August 26th.
8 a.m.
Actually, that's early. Actually, that might could work too for me a little bit. Like I said, be at work. That might work too. Just set it up there and watch it. Nah, that ain't bad, man. So yeah, we got it. We'll be tuned in, man. We'll be tuned in. Keeping it with basketball. Leland, did you see the new play-in tournament was announced? The in-season tournament, not the play-in. Sorry, the in-season tournament. It was announced.
Yeah, bro. I heard. I've seen it, and every time I watch it, I don't know if it's you, but I get confused at how that works. Bro.
All right, let me see. I haven't looked at it since last week. But let me tell you what I remember about it. This is one thing I think that's kind of cool about it. The games are going to take place on specific days, but within the flow of the regular season. So pretty much like starting November 3rd or something. Starting November 3rd on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, for instance, it would be those games played. And depending on how you do in those matchups, which are just regular season games, that would determine your seeding in the in-season tournament. And so basically the top, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, top 8 teams or something, top 6 teams. And then, here it is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's the top 6 teams, plus maybe 2 wild cards. Whoever has the best record from that will enter the tournament. And it ends up being maybe an extra 3 games if you go all the way, I think, total, actually. So it's not too crazy in that sense. And the thing is, I guess one thing I liked about it is that people are saying, oh, people ain't going to want to play. People ain't going to want to play, whatever, right? But since it's the regular season that's incorporated in it, and it's like your regular 82-game schedule, you can't really afford to take those games. Like, we're just going to lose this just so we don't make the tournament. Now, I could see a team potentially tanking once the tournament starts. It's like a 3 or 4 day process that it go. And I think it's total of 3 games that you'll play if you actually win it. Because there'll be 8 teams, and then it'll be 4 teams. and then there'll be 2 teams. Yeah, so it's total of just 3 extra games if you go all the way that you'll play. So I did like the fact that it's incorporated into just a regular season. Could add a little more intrigue and stuff like that.
I like it.
It's not bad, man. No, it's not bad.
I don't see any negative with it, because this is that time of year where nobody cares about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares about basketball November 3rd, bro.
Yeah.
Like you wait. I mean, you care, but you kind of don't. Like the season starts and you like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like you just don't care by the time. But you care when it gets to Christmas and then All-Star, and then you wait for the playoffs, the last little playoff stretch. So I like the fact that they switching it up, they add a little bit. I think it will add some bragging rights, and just some intrigue to the season. See a lot. I just think the NBA is just doing a fantastic job, bro. I honestly, bro, I just think they killing this.
There is extra money too. There is a winning.
Yeah. They said like every player gets like $500,000 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. It's a pretty
you know what I'm saying? Like, because they were talking about like, oh yeah, the big name players don't care, but like, dog, you on a roster and you know what I'm saying? You making vet minimum.
Oh yeah, you gonna care. So this is it here.
that's not nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So here it is here, man. You see the groups here, right? Got them on the screen now. West A, West B, West C. You got these 6 different groups. The top person has a winning record from each of the brackets automatically makes the play in, and then the 2 other best records. And then starting on the championship later, like in December, you'll have just those 8 teams play. Then after that, you'll have 4 winners play, and then you have the 2 winners play in the championship. So it's really a total, if you go all the way, of 3 additional games. The only thing I could possibly see is if someone gets hurt during those 3 games, it would be like, for what? You know, that's the only thing I'm seeing, those 3 games, because the regular group play, the group draw, is not anything extra. It didn't affect you at all. You have to play those. And that's the only thing I'm seeing. If someone gets hurt during that tournament, it will be like, bro, we did this for the $500K. This ain't worth it. That's the only negative I can see with this joint. What you think?
Right. Bro? But I don't think that's that much of a negative, man, because I think what I'm saying is like, you know, they're as far as I understand, they're going to be MVPs.
Yes, there is an MVP, but
there's going to be a tournament. They're going to be an award. Like what I'm saying is accolades to be had in the in-season tournament. I think that at the end of the day, like, I think even for the players, I don't know. I'm not an NBA player, but I have to imagine like having some sense of like something that matters. You know what I mean? It matters for something. Like, I think that's good. I just think that's a plus. And like you said, you only add in a couple more games. If
3 games, you go all the way. If you go all the way. So the thing is, like I said, it's only be 8 teams out of the 30 total that even make it there. So the vast majority of the league won't even do it. And like I said, the way they've done it now is that you can't just tank all your games because it's going to affect your regular joint. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just, hey, we don't want to make it, we're going to lose these joints. Then like you go back, you've lost 5 games on purpose now.
I feel like I can't remember, it was like Inside the NBA. I think somebody said like, I like how like where it's going. And I feel like if they gave the teams more incentive, like they actually played into like the playoffs at the end of the year, like, hey, if you win,
automatic berth or something. Automatic
or it could be a tiebreaker, or it can count or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you're, you know, in this position, like,
I like that. Because then it would make me go hard. Because one thing I like about it too is that, like I said, there's like 2 nights a week that these games take place. So to me, it will even add a little more. And there's other leagues that have like in-season types joints. NBA just didn't have anything. I think it does add a little extra to it. Like I said, if you know, okay, on I can't remember the 2 nights, but it's like, okay, Tuesdays and Fridays, it's the tournament play. So like these just gonna matter a little bit more than just regular, you know, just a little bit more. And that's gonna add some intrigue to it.
No, I think it's gonna be good, bro. I mean, like I said, anytime you get, I mean, what they do with I mean, they did it with the Western Conference, Eastern Conference, right?
Yeah.
They gave awards, finals, like, you know, MVP, like Larry Bird,
and Magic Johnson trophy.
Like that has, I don't care what nobody say, like, you know, people want hardware, they want to earn something. So it's like, it's not just about the money, it's about the pride of the game, right? And I think putting that early in the season, the first half of the season, like, it's just gonna be good, bro. I like it.
You know what they could do? I just thought of something, right? You know what they could do? Ooh, this might be too much. Now, we did something else before about, you know, ways to improve the All-Star game. Tell me if it's too OP or not. Since everyone plays everyone, what if they did it like maybe this is too OP? It made me put too much emphasis. The winner of the West here, winner of this East bracket, as they come together, number 1 seed in the West and East in the playoffs or something. Like then it's like you got to really, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, yo, you've condensed down to 82 into like these 10, 12 games, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Something to me, like either automatic berth or something to me like.
Yeah, like they actually said, automatic berth. It's not enough games, I think, to have an automatic berth. But even if it was like, automatic, like 6 seed, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, that's what I'm thinking. Something they got to do something more than just the money, because to me, like I said, I could see a team once you make it, you play well. I could see. I don't know if Adam Silver's going to find him or something like that. Like, you know what, man? Our big guys, we're not going to play. Like, we might play in the first 5 minutes, pull them out, because also it's at a state of limbo similar to the playing games where they don't. These stats also are just like out in fairyland. They're not regular season, not postseason. That's what happened to these stats as well. You can't even.
Yeah, but you got to think it's also a business, man. So like that's 3 extra games. That's income for the stadium.
Absolutely,
like it's income for the team.
It is.
I mean, that's income. That's income. So like it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's not.
Could you
it's
see
not
a team though if you're like, hey, say you're the Nuggets, right? And people are rolling, and it's like, yo, man, listen, we played well. What are the Nuggets? And the Nuggets are in. I can't even see them here. What in the world? Okay, they're in West B right here. And you played well. You got the number 1 seed in that little bracket. You have an automatic berth. Could you see them after the first quarter? Yo, we pulling Jokic, Murray, and MPJ. Like, man, we straight, son.
Nah, I don't think so. At least, especially not this year. I think people are going to be gunning for it
for the
because it's new, and it's like you want. I think as a team, you know what I'm saying, I think you want that momentum. I think it's going to do nothing but build team chemistry, camaraderie.
I agree.
You can rally against something early in the season. Like, hey, like everybody wants a short-term goal. And the NBA season is such a long, grueling process. Like, I think it's good to have like a short-term, like, man, the season just started. We roll in, like, let's go out here and win this joint and set the tone for like where we are. And yeah.
I get that.
Like, if you win the whole tournament, I feel like
you're gonna feel good for sure. You're gonna feel good.
I feel like if you win the whole tournament, or if you like, whoever plays, because it's the East versus the West will be playing, right? Whoever win, whoever win the whole tournament, man, I feel like like they should get it automatic. No, like they should have minimum 6 seed unless they go, and then let's go above it. Yeah, like you can get minimum, like you're automatically not even a play-in tournament, nothing like that.
Makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Even like that, the play-in tournament ain't really made nothing worse. Like it actually makes the playoffs a little bit better.
But the play-in tournament, I knew from the rip, I didn't really have concerns because it was just like it was only, I guess, 2 games technically for the 8 seed if you could lose both. But also, to me, it added a little bit extra to it. You know what I mean?
And it also makes the season, like your standing, a little bit more valuable because now the 8 seed doesn't have as much weight as it did before. Like you were just trying to, let me get the 8 seed. Like now, you trying to miss that play in. Like you're not trying
together. You want to be 6 or higher.
You want to be 6 or higher. So now it's like you got to actually play a little bit harder. I think that's just good for the game. Like period. Good for the fans. Good for the game.
I'm gonna be watching it, bro. I'm hyped for the NBA season. Yo, we're gonna be fantasy.
I am too, man. The young boys, Zion. Hey, yo, Zion looking. People have been talking about. You see his new. You see the pictures that leak, like him training. Look a little slimmer. Look a little like, he was on Gilbert Arenas podcast. Like he got a lot of stuff going on with him right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that like he's focused a little bit. It'd be good to see him actually have a season where he's hooping. It's a lot of young boys, man. A lot of young dudes. Vic, we didn't even talk about Wemby. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if he came out and the Spurs won that, like tell me that don't matter. Like tell me that don't matter if out of nowhere the Spurs are good.
No, it's all pros. It's all pros. The only thing is really just that's the only concern. Everything else is like camaraderie. Hey, we want to have high intensity. Like people talk about, hey, this felt like a playoff game or playoff intensity. I can anticipate that happening as well. The only con is literally just the injury. So I think if someone of like a starter that gets hurt or a top 4 player on the team gets hurt in this joint,
I don't think any team in the league is really worried about that because it's just at the end of the day, it's just a game. You can take off, if for that matter, you can sit them and load manage them for 3 regular season games if you need to.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily the amount of games. I'm more so thinking if you get hurt playing this joint, and since there's no playoff correlation, it's like, bro, what was we really doing? Versus if you get hurt in game 20 of the season, it's like, bro, I'm trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just trying to win.
I feel like for me, it would be the same. If I was an organization, I wouldn't trip. Like,
I get you.
It's not that much. It'd be different if it's like, man, like you gotta play a 7-game series in the middle of the season and none of them games matter. Like, that's something totally different. But if
it's only 3 games if you win, and if you lose the first one, that joint, you out. You just play 1 extra game and you lost. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, it's true. Well, listen, man, speaking of playing games, not playing games, there was another guy in the NBA by the name of James Harden that said, I ain't playing no games for this guy. So last week or so, he called out Daryl Morey. I think we got the video too, man. That was kind of interesting. He was over in China where some guys, they do the little sneaker run, or they're talking for Nike or Adidas or Under Armour or whatnot. And they're just like exploring the overseas market. They do little camps and all kind of stuff, play one-on-one with people, all kind of stuff they do. And so, yes. So James Harden said that Daryl Morey is a liar. And then he said, let me repeat that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will not play for them at all. So what do you think about it, Leland?
It was wild, bro. It was wild because it felt like it was out of whack. Like,
you familiar with what happened?
Yeah. I'm familiar with what happened. It just felt like it was forced. Like, he had no reason to say it. Like, hey, James Harden, how do you feel? Hey, man, Daryl Morey is a liar. What? Wait, what?
It wasn't so strong to say to somebody. It's so strong, man.
He didn't ask nothing about Daryl Morey. We ain't asked nothing about the 76ers. I'm just letting you know, and I want to repeat it.
And repeat that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will not play for any organization he's a part of. So do you think he's going to get moved? I saw also the NBA, they fined him.
$100K.
They fined him $100K for his comments. Do you think he will get moved? Does he play for Philly or not, bro?
I feel like he gonna end up playing for Philly, bro. And I honestly, man, like, this is not a good look for a James Harden career, man.
It's not.
Like this whole thing of him forcing his way out the fat suit.
He looking bad though. It's true, man. Is he looking bad? You talking about your third team quitting on?
Like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know who's still James Harden fans out there. The James Harden fans, stand up, please, because
I don't be hearing him, but really, bro, I feel like he done did too much stuff.
In Houston, he had
fans. He had fans.
But like, nobody can stand with this dude. And I'm like it's very few players, good players I can remember in recent history that just like is rubbing the entire world the wrong way. Like, people are just like, nah, like, that's just not how you do it, bro. Like, he pout. I understand the scenario. Like, I ain't mad at like why he's mad or why he want to be moved, but like,
but just when you have this plus all the other stuff, you don't get the same benefit of the doubt. Like, as a player who, man, he don't really say nothing. This person, but the fact that it's like,
if Dame was saying it, it would have way more weight. Sure. But like, James Harden, I'm not a James Harden fan by any stretch, bro. Any stretch. Never have been, bro. So it's like, this don't really help for me. But how you feel?
And I think also his bad play also is compounding it too. So
it's man, like they choke in the playoffs.
Yeah. Here it is right here.
Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Thank you, man.
That's it. Bro, I mean,
they know what he said, probably, bro.
My man, hey.
And especially after the 76ers ended trade.
They know what he said, probably, man. Listen, that John, to me, like I said, bro, he came up there. He's like rocking a little bit. Let me say it again. Daryl Morey's a liar. You know, like, at this point, just give us a little more detail. I mean, everyone I think knows the story, but rather just hear the details. You gonna hit it again, Ashley? Oh, she was
liar,
back. That's right.
And I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Thank you, man.
That's good.
This dude is wild, man.
It's crazy, man. Listen, Harden, I don't know, man. Like, it's just the quitting plus the bad performances. I'm not a fan of Harden either, and I don't know how history. I mean, he's gonna be Hall of Famer. He'll be remembered as think against a great player, but personally wise, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
It's definitely not.
We'll see what happens, man.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't think.
I think he probably ends up on the Sixers
team going anywhere anyway. So it's like it don't really. In the grand scheme, bro, it doesn't really matter. It's just not gonna matter.
Yeah.
Like you want to go to LA Clippers, who they gonna trade for? Who wants that type of energy? You want to put Westbrook and Harden together, like,
bro? It's so crazy.
Westbrook for him? You can't
not
trade Westbrook.
Just Harden. Not just Harden, bro, but also Joel Embiid too, man. If you look at his stats in the regular season and playoffs, it's crazy. I got it up right here. He averages 27 points a game in the regular season on 50% shooting. In the playoffs, it drops to 24 a game on 46%. Those are big drops, man. Like, to me, he also is a guy that doesn't keep that same production. So it's true. I don't think Philly, regardless, with Harden, without Harden, they're not going to be favored over Boston or the Bucks to me either way. So, it just depends.
Bro.
Yeah, but last thing. We talked about a show. This is another callback to our episode 1 a little bit. We ranked our best shows. What was that, just last year of 2022? Season 2 of The Bear is out. Leland finished season 2 of The Bear. Recently, just this past week, I finished it a while back ago. And And here's something that, Leland, what did you think about it? Then I go into what IGN said about it. Yeah. What do you think of season 2 of The Bear, man? I know you really love season 1.
Man, season 1 was excellent. I think I had it as like my number 1 or number 2. I think I had it number 2 after House of the Dragon. It just fell flat for me this season, man. I mean, all the same things was true from season 1. Maybe even a little bit better in some elements. We're talking about acting and the cinematography. I mean, the amount of drama and like the feels, if you want to call it that, like the way they incorporate like these very meaningful moments and captured it and like really make you feel the actor. Like it was dope, but it just compared to last season, bro, I just can't.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like if you want to give me if I want to give you like let's say if last year was a 10. Season 1 was a 10 or at least a 9.5 out of 10. It got to be an 8.
Huh? 8 out of 10?
8 out of 10. That last episode, the last 2 episodes were not bad, but the season as a whole was just not it, bro.
I would agree, man. And one thing, even I see Devin in the comments here, he's saying he was a Harden fan, but he never bought out.
I'm sorry.
That's a fact, bro. Harden in the regular season will be going crazy, especially with Houston, bro. If I looked up and it said Harden had 50 points, 17 assists, it's like, at that point I was just getting used to it. Like, man, that's Harden be going crazy. But he never still had that same joint that he would take it to the postseason. Those crazy,
somebody got a
high scoring, high assist games.
Listen, as a basketball fan, you got to tell me, why is this happening, bro? Like you like, why can't you perform?
I think the pressure, bro. I think the pressure for him. Pressure to get into him.
There should be no pressure at this point, man. Like, it'd be different. You a rookie, you 3rd, 4th year, man. I'm just trying to figure out how. Bro, you've been killing dudes all season long for the last 8, 9 years.
Yeah.
Who? Like, it's just a regular day. Like, who, bro? Like, he just don't look like he tried.
I think really it's the pressure, because the thing is, bro, I feel like if you have one bad performance or so, one bad outing, and then you kind of get, because even if you remember back with OKC, he didn't play well in the finals either. OKC against the Heat either. And so I think maybe that one thing, and it can get in your head, and then it just kind of goes from there. Regular season, everybody's not watching every game. You know what I'm saying? It's less pressure on the regular season versus postseason.
I'm just always a person of like, listen, even when I got on Jason Tatum, it's like, yo, like, if you're not making shots, you the best player on your team, bro. You gotta at least be. I want to see you dying out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta do everything. Go to the rack every time. Go to like dunk on somebody. Like, that was my biggest thing with Tatum. Is like, bro, you have the ability. Juice, you know what I'm saying? Hit somebody with the joint and try to put them inside the rim at minimum. Yeah. If your shot not falling, like, that's the difference. Like, you gotta do everything that you can. And I just feel like Harden, man, like, even this past season, he just don't look like he's trying, dog. Like, he just be like, I just gave up a little bit.
Yeah, but I will say his game is pretty smooth. That even when he's getting buckets and stuff, he kind of make it look, at least with the crossover and stuff, like he's not crazy fast and stuff like that. So it can kind of look a little like little lower energy. It ain't like he like Russell Westbrook out there normally. Even when he's dropping 40 and 60, he's getting to the line a lot and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So that's it, man.
He's still taking step backs and, you know, like, he was aggressive. Like, sometimes he'd be like he's just passive. Bro. He's not even aggressive. I think that one game he was like, he didn't even shoot none. Like, in the playoffs this year, he like had like 3 or 4 shot attempts or something like that. 1-2 shots attempts in the fourth or something like that. I was like, you can't have that from your best player.
Man. I think I just said pressure. Even Embiid stunk it up this joint, man. I think just the pressure then in your head. And like I said, especially if you have a history of it, it's almost like the self-fulfilling prophecy too, man. That like, all right, Embiid kind of has the same record as in the postseason falling off. So then next postseason, you just know what to expect. And then some people got the opposite. Like, you think like you talked about Dame Lillard earlier, like, okay, Dame probably gonna rise. At a certain point too, that was even a knock on Steph that he kind of clear up with the championship. It was kind of like, Steph, regular season postseason, it ain't quite the same. It ain't quite, you know what I'm saying? And so he had to like dig deep, rise above to get that monkey off his back. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. But speaking of monkeys, not really. But the bear, man, the bear. This season to me, man, was just okay. It was okay, bro. One thing I saw on IGN on YouTube, IGN is like the game. What is it? This was some international gaming network. Maybe, I don't know what it stands for. It seemed like it could. I don't know what it stands for either. But they have rated it a 10 out of 10. They called it a masterpiece. And the first sentence of like the synopsis is the Bears season 2 is perfect. Period. I was like, okay, he was on the screen. I'm like, bro, just stop there. Perfect is such a strong, like, bro, what are we talking about? And let me tell you, man, it's just from the performances to the pacing. The second season provides propulsive stakes for the story to build towards, while having the confidence to invest in side journeys that make the ensemble of characters far richer and best prepared for the ultimate challenge of making the Bears succeed. Here's the thing, man. I was arguing with people in the comments. I'm saying, yo, the pacing was not perfect. The fact that I can mention how the second half of the season picked up from the first half, that alone, I can't say the pacing is perfect. You know what I'm saying? I like Severance a lot as well. I say, yo, Severance is slow. Like, just, you got to get through. I can't say the pacing on Severance is perfect. It's actually slow. They probably could have sped it up some. But to me, with this joint too, like, nothing was happening here. So to me, it was like, all right, even if they had given it just a 10, I'm like, I don't agree. But some of the words, the performance and the pacing is perfect. Like, come on, son. Like, come on, dude. No. And even to me, that one episode, the little dinner episode, which I guess people really loved, skip me on that joint altogether. I know it had a lot of famous people in it, bro, but it didn't do anything for me.
That didn't do anything, bro. It was. I think for me, dog. Shows like this more specifically. Once they start getting awards and stuff like that, they start getting too cute. They want to like be more artistic and push the envelope, and I think they get away from the essence of like why the show was good in the first place. I just feel like there's a pressure to outperform, and I think that leads. Sometimes it's like, all right, cool, it's good, but sometimes, man, you just feel like you did a little bit too much. And I felt like the Bears season 2 was just a little too art. It was just a little too artsy. Like, they try to get a little too emotional, too like.
Oh, they definitely did that, bro. That's one thing too, man. Like, yo, it's been out for a while now. Spoiler alert too, bro. That last episode, they was going crazy. Then with the black dude's mom, it's like, come on, bro. What's really going? Why y'all doing this to him, saying? Why y'all doing this to him, saying?
Man, listen, that last episode was like
this is my storyline. This is what y'all thought of. I said this before. Here's a perfect storyline for Bear season 2. Hell's Kitchen meets This Is Us. That's what it is, son. This season they try to get you the tear jerkers and like, oh snap!
They definitely
Everybody
tried.
going
They definitely tried.
Yeah,
it kind of definitely tried that. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. It was
every character going through it.
Every character got slow, bro. It was just so slow. Like, remember when I told you about the bear the first time? Like, when I told you about the bear, I said, bro, listen, just turn it on and it's gonna be crazy. The last episode of season 2 was how like the first 3 episodes of season 1 were. And like, it was just also, so chaotic. And
I like that Spoons episode too. To me, the Spoons episode is when it started turning up, though. That joint was kind of, it had some moments where I was like, okay. That was the episode where old boy, his brother worked at the
Forks episode.
Oh, Forks. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Forks. I said Spoons. Yeah. Forks episode. That's when it started turning up to me. That had like some of the dream. Like, if they could have made more of these joints. And to me, they told a whole character arc in just one episode because people was like, oh, it's character growth, character building. We saw him go from, okay, he's losing his ex-wife. His ex-wife's moving on. He's down on himself. He understands culinary arts more and chef and being prepared and everything it takes to be great. You know, that one episode had everything to me, you know? So to me, that episode might have even been my favorite, even over the finale, but they didn't do that enough. And then when he's running down the street for the pizza and stuff, that job was hard to me, son.
Listen, bro. I'll tell you this right now. Nothing else. That last episode was a masterpiece. Like, it was, like, when you really break down like what they were trying to convey in the course of the season, like, it was very good. Like, that episode was so good, bro. It had so many different dynamics. It had so many different like undertones, and it was dope.
Yeah,
this last episode was very dope. Like, I would salute that. But like, to say the whole season is a masterpiece, it just ain't no way, bro. What the Bear does the best, like, I think like their calling card is like how they capture chaos.
Yeah,
right. It's like how they capture it. Even like when they having these arguments where people are fighting and stuff like that, you can hear everything clearly, but they just do a good job, bro. That's what they do best, and I feel like they moved away from that in season 2. Like, they didn't do what they do best. What made the Bear great in the season 1 was they just didn't do that enough. And just for that, I
would agree with that. And that's the thing too, man. Let me just real quick sidebar, bro, is that for me, certain shows, you can't come with a twist at the end. Oh, a little snap, and then it just about to throw the whole show up for me. I can't do, because I remember everything, and that's why, you know, I can't just at the end. And to me, I think the last like 3 or 4 episodes to me turned up. I liked them all, but the first few was like nothing was happening, bro. And it's funny because I remember watching it. When I watched it with Latanya, I remember one time pausing it and laughing. I said, well, I can't wait to start leading by this joint. Ain't nothing going on. I was in episode 3. I paused it. I said, boy, this joint is mid, son. Mid. Ain't nothing happening at all these first like 4 episodes, son, you know? I literally paused the show and I laughed with it. I'm like, bro, there's nothing happening, dog. Like, you know,
it was nothing happening. I mean, I literally can't even think about the first few episodes. I'm like, what was this, bro? Like, all right, they trying to figure it out. Like,
was a waste, man. Because to me, I think you could have just did it. To me, it's like, okay, he came from a hectic family. You could have just did it in a way shorter, because to me, that was also like by far the longest episode. It was like over an hour.
Right.
And I got the message early, like within the first 5 minutes, oh, his family's a wreck. And it just showed that alone. You know what I'm saying? It just showed, okay, everybody's a wreck here pretty much. I didn't need an hour of that to realize, oh, his mom's really kind of going through it. His brother's kind of going through it. Like, I got the point after a while, you know what I'm saying? And it was good to see the brother, I guess. I don't know if we've seen him before, really. But to me, I didn't need to see for so long. It wasn't adding anything different.
What I'm saying is I just felt like, I mean, the episode itself, like, you know, vacuum, right?
Yeah.
Like how they capture the chaos is just like, it's amazing, like how they like pace each episode.
Yeah.
It's just that the problem was like the concept of that episode in general just didn't have enough value in the course of the season.
I agree.
Like, it just did, like, whatever they were trying to do. Like, episode by itself in a vacuum was dope, but it's like it did not progress any part of the storyline for as much time as they used.
And I hate them joints too. Like I know Walking Dead started getting into that heavy at the end. Like,
let's
bro,
go
these
through them.
flashbacks. When like, bro, you could have said this instead of a whole episode, a 3-minute. Like, oh yeah, when I was younger, this person came to me and beat me up, and all right, we didn't need a whole episode of that joint. That's also the same thing with Last of Us as well. Last of Us had a couple joints where like, oh, it's a good episode. You know what I'm saying?
But like, pioneer for going them backstories. Like, you think we're gonna progress the season? We're not.
Nah,
we're going backwards.
And to me, it's like you can do something that's so short. I feel like we can just share it. Like even if it's a big part to the character, just knowing that, hey, when I was younger, my mom left me at the grocery store for 2 days. Actually, I sat her. You know, I don't even need a whole story to see that joint. I just say that, and I get it now. You know,
that's what I'm saying. That's one of them scenarios where I felt like they were just been a little too artsy. Like, oh, we're gonna make a movie. We're gonna make a movie in the court and they
brought out the people, man. They brought out the actors.
They had them.
They brought out all the actors, man.
And the tension and like I mean they did like I don't want to bash them because like they are very good at what they do. The acting, the
acting was really good.
The shot, like it's
I'm giving it around an 8 too. Like I said, I'm giving it around an 8 to me, and I think the last it wasn't just the last episode to me, but from the Spoons episode on, I was really rocking with it for me after that. But then the first few was so slow. That's why I ended like in that 8 because it's like okay, it's good, but yeah, the first season.
It's definitely around that 8 mark for me. Mm-hmm. If the last season was a 10, this is an 8 for sure. Like it's not nowhere near as good because, like you said, like while the season finale has a lot of weight, it don't have enough weight. You know what I'm saying? Sure. It don't have enough weight to pull up a whole season if you just messing around. Whereas like the opposite in Hijack, we was talking about a couple weeks ago, where it was like
stronger start and
stronger start, but like that was a bro, that was a bad episode. That's a 4 out of 10 season finale on
to me. Even with the Bear, they weren't bad episodes, just nothing really was going on. Whereas the Hijack was actually kind of bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually bad if you think about it, you know?
No, it was crazy, dog. It was like, what? Who?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. Why did we do this whole thing? Like, at least the Bear ended where it was like, all right, like, they rounded it the whole season out well.
Sure.
And you got the understanding. What do you say, babe?
I just think they really messed up when they started giving the individual characters their own episode. You really can't do that when the season is so short and the episodes are so short. Like we don't have time to give the black dude a whole episode in Copenhagen. We don't have time to give the black girl a whole episode where she's going around to different restaurants and eating. Like that was so much of a waste of time. I was like, what's happening?
Like what I'm saying is if you feel like you could skip the episode and still watch the season, that's not a good season.
True.
I feel like there's at least 2 or 3 episodes where you just didn't need them at all. Like you don't have to watch them, and you're not gonna have any less understanding on what's going on.
Sure. And to me, I thought, speaking of the black guy too, I thought they already showed his love for the culinary arts and stuff already. So you could have time jumped like, bro, I was over there lit, man. I was working 12 hours
or a day, 7 days a week. Episode half and half.
They could have merged it. Yeah, they could have shown.
And they really could have just captured the essence of like the good part where every second counts. I feel like the special part about that episode is when he was talking to the guy. You know, and they had that moment, and it's like we really just needed that part. That was what a scene, and we could have went right back to Chicago, back to the restaurant.
They could. Oh, let me tell you guys though too, man. Speaking of the Bear, remember that first restaurant they had called it was the Beef, right? That Italian beef. Bro, I had that joint last month or so. I was actually stopped in Chicago for something. They had a restaurant. It wasn't that one. They had a restaurant that had it. Them guys pretty good, bro. The little Italian beef, and there's a place in Chicago called what is it? Portillo's that has Italian beef and stuff. Them guys pretty good, bro. So if you're ever in that area, you get a little chance to get Italian beef. I like this, man.
I'm not gonna lie, Chicago got some good food.
They do.
I eat good every time I
go. Salute for real, man.
Yeah.
The deep dish pizza, the hot dogs.
Everything is
Portillo's
good.
Go crazy, man. Portillo's.
Oh, you have Portillo's? Woo, that junk kind of good, my boy. I had that little chocolate shake. They were like, "Yo, get the chocolate shake." I think that was from Ozark, actually. In Ozark, at one point, the guy was like, "Yo, when we get back, will you give me the chocolate shake?" And I was like, what are you talking about here? Let me see what I mean. The chocolate shake like that. I had to get that junk.
It was like that.
It's kind of like that. But yeah, but also it has pieces of cake, actually. Like, it has a whole chocolate cake, like, blended up in that joint. So it's a milkshake plus actual pieces of the cake, of a chocolate cake in there. It was pretty good, for sure. Portillo's good, man.
Nah, yeah, Chicago food go crazy, man. Yeah. I like it, man. I like the Bear. I like what they're doing. I'm not off of this.
I'm not off it either. I'm gonna watch next
at all. I think season 3. I think after they sit down and watch it, like, after the hype, I feel like they're gonna do a better job. Like, cause y'all got all the y'all all right, y'all did it. Okay, we got the backstory of everybody. Yeah. Now what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like, I think, Ashley, what you said was like, if the season finale for this show should have been the mid-season finale. Like, they should have like been halfway through the show, and like then this season would have been crazy if you would have seen like what really happened after that. I feel like that's what we're all saying, is that we didn't get enough of the storyline progression to make it feel like this was a satisfying season.
I get you. I agree. Listen, in the comments, they're also saying it reminds them of Shameless. I never saw Shameless. I know it has the main actor in there. I never seen Shameless though. Have you seen Shameless?
I think yeah, I've seen Shameless. I'm not a super avid, but Ashley's watched almost all the seasons. If I'm not mistaken, you caught up.
Okay.
I think what it is Lip. It's the main character. Like, he's such a integral part of like that show, Shameless, and his character, at least the way he's acting, is not too much different. Like, it.
Yo, what it is? People be acting the same. They be in a different role, acting the same way.
Yeah, like it's kind of the same. Like his, it's not, but it is. Like, his demeanor and his tone is like, all right. It's kind of like when you talking about like Denzel be playing Denzel in like multiple
true
movies. It doesn't matter. Like, he's got a different role, but like he's still kind of just Denzel. So I think that's that, and the fact that it's in Chicago still. Shameless is based out of Chicago.
Okay.
So it's like it's just very.
I got you.
Very similar.
I got you.
But yeah,
listen, man, we'll be tuned in, man. Next season for sure. I'm gonna watch it, man. So that's it, my boy.
That's it, man. That's it. But I think that's a wrap for the show, guys. As always, man. Listen, we appreciate if you guys stayed in this far. Continue to like, subscribe, share. We still building. We still here every week. We appreciate you guys, man. But if we don't see you next week, have a blessed one. We appreciate you guys.
Peace. Yeah. Hey, yo, you really need to also